hands through the chippings, just remember you wouldn't be able to do that with any other make of forager. Run your hands through it, because you'd cut your hands on the bits of metal.
I wanted to try this shaft here.
Excuse me here, would you not recommend a chainsaw for that job rather than a forage harvest?
I think a chainsaw would be a much better machine for that.
Do you not reckon it would be a bit dear for cutting trees up?
It's the right shape of trees, is what matters.
Alright, so you could open a hole in the hedge anywhere with it?
Anyway.
Alright, right.
It's not an attractive view, eh? He's flashing at me. We don't send the rubbish to see you, we send only the top flight people.
Here we have on the video now Chris Rainbow out of the Rainbow Children's Programme on television here. The sales area manager here for Claas
UK.
𝐓𝐀𝐄𝐎.
That is bad language. I could have sworn at you, but I didn't want it recorded on video.
Well, what do you reckon here? Do you reckon you have a sale here showing this new 880 shares, isn't you?
I'm not counting my sales in ones, I'm counting them in tens.
Oh yes, hold on to a wide angle here for the head's getting bigger. Well, you're talking earlier about the big belt down the sides of her. Yep. Why did you put an extra belt on her rather than, you know, the old ones had 6, why 7 now?
No, it's the smaller models with lesser horsepower have 6 power bands or 6 belts. It's only that one at the 500 horsepower has a 7. Just the other ones don't need it, that's why.
Right. You reckon the other ones, there isn't enough power for an extra strand?
The other ones don't need the extra strand.
Well, what size of rows have you here?
They look to me like 20 foot of not very much.
What happened about the 30 foot? I was told there was 30 foot rows here.
Never believe a salesman.
Well, I definitely know that. I heard that before, enough. Well, is the machine not capable of 30 foot rows?
This machine is capable, I think if we put 2 of those 20s together, if we put 3 of those 20s together, I believe this machine is capable of it. Unfortunately, we don't have the facility to put them together.
Why, is the men not capable, the mower men or what?
I know nothing about this farm, but I was told that was all we could get.
We should have sent for some good mower men. On this video here, there's an FX450 on here, 30 foot rows here.
Yes.
And you're only able to, you're demonstrating your model on a 20 foot row. It doesn't sound right.
It's limited by the available grass.
But there's still grass, you know, it's still grass no matter what.
This is the grass available to us here this afternoon. I'm not afraid of the grass.
No, neither is your machine, you're saying?
Neither is the machine afraid of the grass.
You're not afraid of trees either?
Not afraid of trees either. A bit afraid of the way some people feed us in.
Problem here.
Hold on a wee minute till we come in.
No, we're not coming into vision, but they're 30 foot rows.
Are they?
They're 30 foot rows.
They don't look like 30s to me.
No, they're 30. Can you take her bump not over there?
Could I have another word with you here, Chris, please?
Of course you can.
You were.
I don't charge
Don't come too near. Don't come too near. You're breathing near the camera, but not me. You were saying earlier there you handed out a pen knife, saying that's all you need for the Claas harvester. You're very sure of her not giving any bother.
I'm very confident of my machine.
Definitely. What's your backup service like?
The best.
Do you reckon?
Yes.
How long are you, like you can guarantee an hour before you're there, or what?
I can only guarantee, my guarantee as far as time of engineers is as good as the dealer that's local to you.
Yeah.
McElderrys are appointed and trained engineers.
Yeah.
In whom I have absolute confidence, or else we wouldn't have them as our distributors.
Right.
They are backed up by ourselves from our 3 harvest depots 2 in England and 1 in Scotland.
Yeah.
We frequently, well not too frequently, but as required, we fly parts from Edinburgh to Belfast Airport. People have been known to order parts from us and have them here in Northern Ireland in 5 hours from point of order.
5 hours. Yep. So if a machine says they're having the parts, so they reckon it has to wait 5 hours, which is nearly half a day, and a salesman's...
If other companies can load in at Edinburgh Airport and land at Belfast Airport, good on them.
Right.
Other companies with whom you deal cannot get the facility to fly to Belfast as easily as we can.
But
nor do they have a rail service to Stranraer, to Larne, as we have.
How do you know that there?
Because we've developed this system over many years. We have 3 harvest centres regionally based.
And you reckon that Ford New Holland can't have the same backup system?
I know they can't.
For 100% sure?
Yep.
Right, you're very sure of yourself again.
Absolutely.
Definitely are now, I must admit.
We pride ourselves on having the best backup system.
You definitely do, and you can stand by that.
Yep.
So if a machine was broke down, you can guarantee at least 7 hours and she'll be going again. That's allowing 5 hours just to get the part to the machine, 2 hours for breakdown system.
If the timing was right, yes. We cannot improve on the distribution services,
Yeah.
but we are reliant. In Northern Ireland, you've got to see between you and a lot of the stores.
Yeah.
Those stores could be Langer for John Deere, which is near Nottingham,
Mhm.
or I think it's now Basildon for New Holland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not too handy for.
It's not handy, but it's still as handy as you're going to get, you know.
No, we're better.
Well, we'll get back to your machine here. A lot of people told me that this was running a belt. I asked about what it run on, and they said a belt. You know, and then another man said it was elastic band, you know.
I can't account for the people you talk to.
You know, it's an elastic band. I says, well, I need to bring it when the spare one's with me.
No, you would not.
Definitely not.
No.
There's a sort of, what guarantee could you put in them belts? Under no stress really whatsoever.
With 450 machines in the field,
Yeah.
in the first year, we have not replaced a belt.
In the first year you haven't replaced one belt.
We haven't replaced one belt.
400 of them size, no, you haven't 400 of them
No, of that range.
of that range.
So that's either the one with the 6 or the 7 V power bank.
Yeah. Well, we were talking earlier here about the machine. If she was going up a hill, she would go below the water level, she would cut off. Have you come up with any idea if she blocked?
If she blocks, I don't understand the question.
When you're going up a hill there and the water runs back by the level and she cuts off,
If that happened, yeah.
well, say if there's grass left in her.
We will overcome that as a problem.
Aye, but the likes of this machine sitting down here with no tillers in, only a crowd of people. Would you not have been better bringing out in that machine?
I don't think that was a one-off problem that we don't expect it to happen again.
Yeah.
If it blocks, and we haven't a history of these new machines blocking.
Yeah.
If it blocks, I don't know if you had the opportunity to climb in the back and withdraw the panel.
No.
You can withdraw the entire cone below between the drum and the accelerator.
Yeah.
And withdraw the whole piece, which gives you enormous access. Even a small chap like yourself could nearly climb in there.
Well, you will get in yourself only the head swelling with this machine here. We're going round the field here and we'll come back to you later, Mr. Chris Rimble.
My pleasure.
Okay. Perhaps they have got another tractor for this tiller sitting here. They came with the tiller and no tractor.
Must be better things to video than that.
What was the problem there that your Claas wasn't lifting the grass there?
Because we had the pickup improperly set up.
Alright, so there's no problem with pains there?
No, it's the pickup support wheels were set too low and we've now rectified it.
Right, you were saying there you're not pleased with the lumps or what?
There's a couple of lumps coming out which you can see throwing out the side. Not really sure what the cause of that is. I think we could do with a bit more grass in the field.
Out of the side of the reel?
Out of the side of the discharge chute.
Yeah.
I think what it is hanging on the accelerator.
Right, yeah.
But it doesn't affect the performance of the machine, but it doesn't look nice.
Doesn't look right when there's a field of spectators standing,
No.
you know.
Least of all the ones with videos, they're the worst.
Well, thanks very much to catch up with you again there, Chris.
My pleasure. No. Actually, even the top press is missing most of that, isn't it? That could do to come down a bit, that might help. Even the float. No, top press.
You can leave top process as it. It's very easy to take it out. We'll take it out.
Perhaps the Claas 880 has clogged, or she has dozed the grass in front of her. In front of Quinn Brothers Contracts. What do you think of the situation so far, Mr. Quinn?
It seems to be doing all right.
Just stay where you're at.
Somebody's helping. You're not going to interview anybody else?
I have interviewed a couple of fellas, now I'm on to you.
We need 40 foot of grass for her.
You reckon it would take 40?
I would test the power on her.
Right.
And, so far, you know, the grass is not a problem.
So far it's according to the price range, that's what it is you're saying really?
Boil down to price.
Yes. Perhaps at the end of the day, ever who's doing the best deal will have the sale of the harvester.
It's hard to know yet.
You're thinking of backup services and everything.
Well, I think they don't need much backup in these years.
No, I gathered that there for, they were sending out pen knives a while ago, that's all they needed for them.
Huh?
They were sending out pen knives a while ago, that's all they reckon they needed for them.
I'll write off guy for one too.
Have you got it in your hand there?
I have it here, so Claas. Yeah, the New Holland doesn't give us one at all.
Well, they might give you a toolkit or something.
He says make give us toolbox. And
Perhaps there's just a man
you know what's
here.
wrong here too? That's another
Don't come any
city's gone
further.
here. That's the city's gone too.
Excuse me, and could I have your name there, please?
What you say?
Could I have your name?
I call it Massey.
And what sort of machine do you work with?
Class 959.
Well, do you reckon one of these is the job?
Oh, I'd say it was these.
Do you reckon what would you prefer, the New Holland FX450 or the Claas?
I would say a Claas would be it.
Just because you know more about them, that's really all at the end of the day.
No, I'd say it's a better machine.
Have you ever seen two of them going, different machines going in one field?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Well then how do you know they're better?
Well, you do, really.
It's just because you're an owner or the proprietor of one?
That makes a difference.
Well, it may make a difference.
Do you much bother with your own?
No. No bother, no.
No bother?
No, thanks.
Would you go for an 880?
840.
Maybe an 840 maybe.
Right, yes. It'll be a lot easier to maintain and money-wise anyway.
Oh, I might be.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much anyway, and we'll get back to you two boys later.
There's a few from McConaghy here to see what he thinks this
Oh, hold on a wee minute, Mr. Don't come too near me now. What did you think of the new Claas 880 model here?
Very, very good, Steve.
Are you a Claas man yourself?
Oh, yes.
That's why you're saying that. Have you done any other model of machine?
Next 959.
And what do you think?
Not there, next 500 more for anything.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I'm going to call the 8 was negative.
Yeah.
It's very smoothly, not pressed.
Yeah.
Being
Could we turn a wee bit back out from the harvester here for the noise is affecting the sound system here? Come you up round here, please.
yes, sir. Not pressed, the feed yard feeds the grass smoothly
Yes.
through the feed rollers.
Yes.
And it's still going to accelerate. Yes, a very smooth.
Well, did you get a drive in the new Holland yet? The new model?
I love another ride.
They say she is a machine of the 21st century.
If you want.
Yes.
Yes, I would say that they have made improvements in all more.
Yeah.
I would say that. Each time, on your days and all.
Yes. And you haven't driven the FX model at all?
No.
So how do you know that there's a better machine? Do you reckon that's a better machine?
Better on the you prepared to stay down until I see her.
Do you see those?
Until I drive the new one.
Yeah.
Not really, it's not so much.
Right. But as the stands now, the Claas is the machine at the minute anyway.
Come again.
As it stands, the Claas is the machine at the minute.
It looks like it.
Right. Thanks very much anyway for your cooperation.
This is Trevor Taylor reporting for UTV News.
Perhaps you are to do with this Claas New Holland Jaguar, the 880 model.
New Holland Jaguar now. Listen here.
Yes, I have to put the New Holland bit in it.
Don't degrade our machine, please. What would you like to know, sir?
Well, what do you think? What way is she performing today there?
She's performing quite well today. The trouble is, of course, that we're flat out in second gear, so we can't get any more forward speed.
Yeah.
And any faster if we went in third gear, our tractors and trailers wouldn't keep up. So we would like more grass. We'd like to see two of these swaths together, and that would give us 60 foot of grass in the swath.
Well,
and then we could really show what the power in this machine can
well,
do.
are you arranging to get the 3 rows under one?
We don't have a rolling up machine, I'm told.
Well, there's enough men around here. We'll soon put 3 rows under one for you.
Yeah, we'll do it nice and evenly and do a nice swath. It'd be more than welcome to if they do it.
Well, it'll do more than a rolling up machine. It'll do it just as well as a rolling up machine.
What we're really, the objective today really is to get lots of people to drive it
Yeah.
and have a feel for it, because we'd rather people drove it and made their own impressions from driving it. So we'll let them carry on driving it, and then later on, if there's time, we'll somebody brings a rolling up machine, we can see what we can do.
Right.
But We're clocking in the cab. There's a computer in the cab measuring the forward speed.
Yeah.
And we've programmed in working width of 27 feet because we've mown 30 feet into one swath. So we're reckoning probably it was really 27. And it's showing an output around about 8 or 9, between 8 and 9 hectares an hour, which is something like 23 acres an hour, which is quite what we'd expect from a machine like that. But again, with a smaller model, you'd get exactly the same output because you could still go probably flat out in second gear.
You didn't show yet, you said earlier about the metal detector, you would maybe show it working. You haven't showed it working yet?
Didn't that piece of metal, who's got a piece of metal?
Maybe I get...
Yeah, he lifted a tine from a John Deere conditioner, so that was a tine that was an inch wide, about 6 inches long, was it?
Yes, it was.
And they found that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, perhaps I hadn't the video on at that time.
I think you missed it. We should maybe replay it and show it again.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I heard you saying in the shed down there at McElderrys that all you needed for a class was a penknife that you give out to distribute to everybody. I've seen boys out with sockets and spanners altering things. What was the idea?
That's right. Well, as you probably noticed, we were leaving a bit of grass behind because the last place the machine was used, they left a long stubble. So we lowered the pickup wheels and away we went again.
Aye, but along the bottom here she left grass. Along the side there she left it at all. What was the reason?
Say again?
Along the bottom of the fill here, she left grass. Along that side there, up along that side, she left it clean. What was the reason?
Oh no, that's when we went back around again, we reset the wheels and we picked up what we'd left behind the previous time.
I was standing over in the corner there and she was lifting it clean.
Yeah.
Along the bottom when I come walking up, I hadn't the video on, but when I come walking up the grass was lying. What was the idea of lifting it clean on the far side of the fill, not lifting it down at the bottom?
Well, that's not entirely correct because I was on the far side and I was like,
yeah, but she still left it in that corner. Because when I stopped in that top corner, we were still leaving it. So we came back around, we lowered the wheels, and then it picked it clean all the way. So maybe when you were watching, it did lift it clean. But when we were most of the field, it was still leaving it in, wasn't it? So we lowered the wheels and then it was fine.
Well, really all stands between you and the New Holland, I would say, with a lot of fellas, is the price range.
Sorry?
Is the price. That'd be the buying price for the contractor. Whoever's the cheapest likely will get the sale of the machine, I would say, at the end of the day.
Do you think that's right to buy always the cheapest machine?
Oh, 9 times out of 10, yes it is.
You think it is? Is that important?
Well, a lot of fellas only...
What about the second-hand value? And the second-hand value of a Claas is always higher than a New Holland, which is very important. If you've got a machine that's more reliable, that's got fewer moving parts, it's going to be cheaper to run over a period of 2 or 3 years, however long you keep it. So I wouldn't agree that always buying the cheapest machine is right. I mean, buying a car, I wouldn't buy a Lada or a Skoda just because it's cheaper. I'd be more likely to buy, probably if I had the money, I'd probably buy a Jaguar or a Mercedes. Regularly, my company buys a Ford because they're reliable as well. But given the preference, I'd spend the money on a more reliable car, and I think it'd be the same as true for foragers, you know.
Yeah,
because your money is made by having a machine that isn't going to stop and break down, so you can get more work done, get a better price for the job, maybe.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, it's going to be to suit every man's pocket.
Yeah.
It's going to suit every man's pocket. The cheapest machine is going to be the one that's bought at the end of the day. 9 times out of 10, yes, it will.
No, it's not. That's not true at all, because 9 times out of 10 Claas machines are more expensive, and we've still got over 60% of the market. When you think of it, for every 3 foragers sold, 2 of them are Claas.
Yeah.
They're more expensive. So a lot of people are considering buying and are paying more for Claas machinery. But that's because we know they're more reliable and they've got a very good second-hand value. And it's not the buying price that's important, it's the cost of ownership of the total machine over the period of 3 years and the profit you make at the end of that 3 years.
Yeah.
That's where the second-hand price and reliability and the availability of spare parts from a good dealer and so on is very, very important.
Well, did you see the New Holland going yet?
I've seen the New Holland go. I've had a good look around it.
What do you reckon the difference in them 2 machines?
Between the 450 horsepower New Holland and our 860, I don't think there's any difference in output. The main difference is really is in the complexity of the New Holland. There's a lot of drives and gearboxes and shafts on it, which are all more parts to go wrong. But given that aside, the output on the New Holland over a complete day is undoubtedly less, because when I saw it going, the cooling system was forever blocking up, and every 3 trailer loads we were chopping fine grass, very short dry grass. Every 3 trailer loads the driver had to clean the cooling system out, and that meant that the trailers were waiting and he was losing output. Whereas on the Claas, you've got a rotary screen and you never need to go near the cooling system.
Well, perhaps
So
you
that's
have.
the difference really over a day.
Yeah. Well, perhaps you have seen this happening in New Holland, so you thought, right, we'll better that there and we'll put this on.
Say again?
Perhaps you have seen this happening in New Holland and you says, right, we'll better this here and we'll put this on. The fat, from the grass going in around the rods.
We've yet to see one. They've certainly been talking about doing it, and they've seen ours, and they're thinking perhaps of copying that design. But we've yet to see anything from them. So time will tell, I'm sure.
Time will tell on everything.
That's right.
Okay, thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
Right, yeah. Hello, Max, stop there. You're lucky I wasn't paused. Mr. McKeever, you have a big income every year, they say, in the Holly End. Perhaps, is it true or is it non-true? Inland Revenue told me that. 880 gone through the gate here, which is not very handy. Has to take the side wheels off the rail every time she's gone through.
Don't go any further, they're easy, isn't it? Just actually going to get that yet.
What?
With the back wheels, you know.
No, she wouldn't. The good job.
Right, so what can I do?
Yeah, the first time through that other first.
What do you say?
Perhaps this is the Claas here. We have finally got her into the gate after about 3 minutes.
Had a great run from me.
share the road, you boys. Right. Stand back.
That one, not that one. Not that one, right there. That one, the way that one's striped.
No, I mean not there, the race is something there.
Well, we wouldn't tell anybody. Not anybody either. They like holiday restaurants.